It's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina, from Venezuela. And Karina's waiting for her green card. She got her work permit in the mail. This is your YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to help you get your K1 visa, green card, tourist visa, spousal visa for free. Now, if you want to spend money with an immigration attorney, you want to spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for such an easy process. Okay, I don't know why you do that. Why do you give money to these companies that can process your paperwork? Why would you give your social security number and your private information to some stranger in some company that processes K1 visas? That doesn't make any sense to me. But you can watch the channel, watch these videos I've made, or every video I've made will help you create your K1 visa without any cost. It's not difficult. It's easy to do. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney, okay? I don't give you any legal advice. I don't work for USCIS, all right? I don't work for any of the State Department or any of those government agencies, and I definitely don't work for one of those companies that processes visas. I've got 9 years experience successfully processing K1 visas, 9 years. And if you spend thousands of dollars with an immigration attorney, well, then that's on you. Cecilia Gomez, nice hat. Cecilia Gustas Sombreros. Rosenworth Morningstar, hey Diego, what's going on? Andrew Bryan, hey Diego. Melis Ghana, greetings to you and your beautiful wife, sending love from Texas, the great state of Texas. Now, Texas is the second largest state in America. The largest state in America is Alaska. But Texas is the second. But it's a long drive. I've driven across Texas probably dozens of times. It takes me 3 days, 2.5 days just to drive across Texas. S Bay, greetings, Diego and Karina. What's going on, S Bay? Now remember, this channel was created for you guys. I already know how to put a K1 visa together. I know how to put a green card package together. I can do it in my sleep. Okay. But what I want to do is I want to save you money. I want to save you time and mistakes. Immigration attorneys make mistakes. Okay. Visa companies make mistakes. Sometimes your information can get released to somebody that shouldn't have it. I mean, I'm not saying that happens all the time, but it could. Mr. Najas. Hi, Diego and Karina. How are you? How are you, Mr. Najas? How's everything in New Mexico? How's the weather? Have you been eating lots of green chili at Blake's Lotaburger? Rosenworth or Morningstar. Diego, one question. Which document should I use to travel around the U.S. by plane? Your passport. Use your passport. What country are you from? Rosenworth, what country are you from? Use your passport. When I take Karina, we're going to go to Vegas, but we're going to fly back. We're going to drive there and fly back. So she can use either her green card when she gets it, or she can use her passport. Use your passport. Andrew Bryan, I don't receive my green card as of yet. I sent my adjustment of status on January 19th. When I go online, I saw the time constantly changing. Don't go online and quit looking at the time. The processing time is irrelevant on the website. It's totally, just ignore that. So you sent it January 19th, Andrew Bryan, January. So January to February, February, March, April to May, May to June. So between now and June 19th, somewhere in this time frame, you should get your green card. Between now and June, so in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Cecilia Gomez, I sent my 22 taxes instead of 23. Will I get adjustment of status paper application return? No, they're going to ask you for maybe. When did you send in your adjustment of status? They're not going to send you an RFE. I mean, they're not going to send all your paperwork back, but they might ask you. They may send you an RFE, which is a request for further evidence. They may ask you to send in your 2023 tax return, but only if you filed for the green card after April 15th. Cecilia, when you filed for the green card, was it on or after April 15th of 2024? Answer that question for me. Then I can give you a better answer. But they're not going to return the whole package to you. Mohammed, Al Saraji, hey Diego and Karina, do you know if the CR1 or K1 visa will be stopped after the new elections? Because I'm looking to do the adjustment of status and keep hearing a lot of things. No. The Congress of the United States back in the 1970s created the K1 visa and the spousal visa. So since the 70s. And that process can only be changed by Congress. Okay? So if Congress decides to rewrite the K1 or spousal visa legislation, they can, and then it's up to the president. And then it has to go to the Senate. Then it has to go to the president. But I don't know what you're listening to. You must be in Facebook. You must be hanging out on Facebook with all those Facebook armchair warriors that don't have a clue what they're talking about. If you have a Facebook account, delete it. Get rid of that garbage. Muhammad, nothing's going. The K1 visa and the adjustment of status paperwork, the green card process is not going to go away. Rosenworth Morningstar, but I'm on I-485 process and my visa was K1, so is it a problem since the visa is just for one use? You can fly in the United States of America on your passport. It doesn't, and bring your I-94 with you. Bring a copy of your I-94. Doesn't matter if your I-94 is expired, but you got to have your I-94 with your passport if you travel within the United States. Don't leave the United States. Mohammed, please get off of that. You're on Facebook, right, Mohammed? You're in that Facebook drama. Get out of there. Cecilia, so it's after April 15th. So you're probably going to get an RFE because they're going to want to see your 2023 tax return. When you fill out Form 485, they ask you for the latest tax return, 2023. And then they want to know how much money you made in 2022. And then how much money did you make in 2021? And you have to list it. Mr. Nahas, what's the update on your green card? My green card? I don't have a green card. I'm a U.S. citizen. But Karina, we're still waiting for a green card. Okay, she got her work permit in the mail. And then probably tomorrow, today, tonight, in the noche, we're going to go look for help Karina find a job so she can get busy because she's bored. So the green card should be here probably end of July, somewhere July, August timeframe. Andrew Bryan, okay, then Diego, because I saw it changing every time I've looked, so I was wondering what is wrong. Don't look at it. Don't pay attention to it. It's irrelevant. It's just ignore it. It's never right. It's never correct. Cecilia Gomez, it was after April 15th. I sent it March 28th. Well, you sent I don't understand. It was after April 15th. I sent it March 28th. So you submitted your green card application on March 28th. So that means you would include your 2022 tax returns, your 2021, and your 2020. You don't have to submit your 2023 tax returns if you filed for your green card on March 28th. Espe, Diego, along with the I-134, the Declaration of Financial Support, do I bring the return transcripts or wage and income transcripts via the online website? Do both. You get the I-134 signed and dated, the original I-134, okay? You get your tax transcripts for the past 3 years. You can get your bank statements for 12 months. You can get a letter from your boss saying where you work, how much you make, and pay stubs for the last 6 months. Bring all that to the visa interview. Rosenworth Morningstar, I should not have any problems traveling to Puerto Rico, should I, since it's part of the United States? You can travel to Puerto Rico. Karina can travel to Puerto Rico. It's part of the United States territory. Okay? So, no, you can travel there if you want to. You're good. But you're going to travel with your passport. Okay? That's a real ID document. A passport is a real ID document. So you can travel with your passport to Puerto Rico if you want to go to Puerto Rico and hang out. No problem. No worries. And when you go to Puerto Rico, drink lots of Mountain Dew, because Mountain Dew is go to Puerto Rico and have a Mountain Dew on me. How about that? Now, I've never been to Puerto Rico. I was in the Navy for 20 years, and we had a military base there that got closed down, but I've never been there. But I'm sure it's a beautiful place. Now, this is your YouTube channel, and Muhammad, okay, please quit reading that garbage wherever it is you're reading it, that the K-1 visas and green card applications are going away. Okay? It's not going to happen. K-1 visas are congressional law. Green cards are congressional law. Spousal visas are congressional law. Okay? The presidential election does not control congressional law. The Congress does. Francois Livingston. Good evening, Diego and Karina. Francois, what's going on? Now, you're just waiting now for your NVC welcome letter, right? You're waiting for the K-1 FTP email from the National Visa Center, and that will come to you when the USCIS mail your approved K-1 visa package to NVC. And I think the NVC, I think they already sent it, right? According to the email that you got. So what you're waiting for now is for the NVC to receive it and send you the K1 FTP welcome letter. That's what you're waiting on. Not much going on, waiting and waiting, hanging out with Diego and Karina, waiting and waiting and waiting. Karina's waiting and waiting and waiting. It took her 88 or 89 days to get her work permit. Okay, so 2.7 months. It's taking 4 to 5 months, maybe most 6 months for the green card. So Karina should get her green card hopefully by probably the end of July, beginning of August, somewhere in there. But she's got her work permit. So that's good news. Vena Bob, hello Diego. Good evening to you and your beautiful wife. Have a great weekend. Feliz fin de semana. Always. We always have a great weekend, especially when we get to hang out with you guys. Let's see here. Francois, I got the NOA2 official letter. Yeah, what you're waiting for is the MVC welcome letter, Francois. It's a K1 FTP email. You got to look in your email. Check your email every day and look for that K1 FTP MVC welcome letter. It's called a welcome letter, but it's actually an email. You don't get anything in the mail. Okay, it comes in an email. Carlos Maldonado, hi, green card packet was submitted yesterday. Good job. When should I expect my social security card? Do I get them before the green card? You should get your social security card when immigration open your green card application. So immigration, they open up your green card application, and then they see that you asked them on page 2 of your I-485 that you want Homeland Security to contact the Social Security Administration to process your social security card. It will, once immigration opens up your package and they see that, it takes about 2 weeks to get your social security card. 10 days. When Karina got her work permit, we went back down to the Social Security office. We updated Karina's status to her married name. So now we're waiting on her new social security card. Mohammed, thank you. No worries, Mohammed. Just stay out of Facebook, Mohammed. You're in Facebook, right? Reading all this garbage, you know, the drama of Facebook. I used Facebook when I was in Colombia because it helped us post pictures together with family and friends, and it time-stamped it. But when we got married and I filed for, Karina filed for her green card, I got rid of that Facebook crap. Let me see. Nadi Olisa. Hi, Diego. Hi, Karina. My fiance tax preparer finished preparing her taxes and found out she owes $900 plus. Okay, that's all. I mean, I'm surprised it's that low considering who's in the White House right now. Look who's sitting in the White House. Man, that guy loves taking money out of your wallet, guys, and spending it on him. My fiance signed the document he said to sign and mailed it to the IRS, hopefully with the check for $900, so that Biden can go on vacation. Did you pay the IRS the $900 included in your tax return? Nadia Lisa, my interview is on the 16th of July in Nigeria. What should we do next as regards to getting her tax transcripts for the interview? Well, call the IRS and ask them for the tax transcripts. Do you want me to put the phone number down in here for you? Do you want me to type in the phone number for you for the phone number to call to get the tax transcripts? I'll write it right here. If you need tax transcripts for the green card application, for the visa app, for the visa interview, I'm going to write the phone number right here, okay? And I'm doing this without my glasses on, so give me a second. I'm not ignoring you guys, okay? But this is the phone number that you call if you want to get your tax transcripts. I just went ahead and typed it down in there in the channel's comments. Let me see. So your interview's on the 16th. Go ahead and get your tax transcripts for the interview. Here's the phone number. Jenny Brielle, hi Karina and Diego. I got my EAD approved 22 days after biometrics. Congratulations, Jenny Brielle. That's a Mountain Dew salute. You got it in 22 days. Very good. We didn't pay the $900 yet to the IRS, but we want to set up a payment plan. Okay, do that. But if you got to pay those. You got to pay the taxes. I mean, I'm serious. Biden needs the money for his next vacation to Delaware, so go ahead and pay those taxes. Let me see. Francois Livingston, my fiance got his Abu Dhabi police report. Good. He requested his Moroccan police report and birth certificate a week ago from the embassy, and he was told to come back on June 3rd to pick him up. Mountain Dew salute. Francois, you're on top of things. That's excellent work, Francois. Excellent job, Francois. I'm serious. You're doing good. Aren't you glad you get to hang out with us and we kind of guide you down this path? Somebody sent me a message today and said, well, I just pay this company to process my K-1 visa. I'm like, for what? Are you serious? You paid somebody to fill out a K-1 visa application? Do you know how easy it is? What? I'm like, for real? How many pages are in the I-129F? I mean, I don't know if I have a copy of it here. What is it, like 20 pages? I mean, it's not hard. Seriously. Why are you paying these people to do this for you? Cecilia Jimenez. Hola, Diego Karina. Un fuerte abrazo desde Venezuela.
Saludos, bendiciones.
Salud to Cecilia. Es tu familia.
Sí.
Cecilia is Karina's tia. No? Yeah. That's our aunt who lives in Venezuela. Now, Cecilia lives in Venezuela, but she lived in Colombia. But then she went back to Venezuela to help her family with some stuff. She's a good lady. I saw her off on the bus. Karina and I, we went to the bus station in Bogota, Colombia, and we waved goodbye to her as she left Colombia for Venezuela. It's a hard thing to do. Ajali, good evening, Diego and Karina. I hope your weekend is going great. Fin de semana muy bien, gracias. I almost got my appointment scheduled. Had to cancel. The days were too close. My fiance wouldn't have her hard time to do his medical. But Ajali, you getting it done, right? You're getting it done. Good job, Ajali. That's Dominican Republic, if I remember right. Good job. You're getting it. I almost got the appointment scheduled, but had to cancel because the dates were too close for what? His medical, right? You got to try to get the medical done about, what he needs to do, you got to get the medical exam done about 10 days before the visa appointment. But good job, Ajali. K. Frimpong Manso. Can you fill another DS-160 to transfer a case to another country? After you've already filed one earlier while watching for a mail to book interview appointment. Before you file a DS-160 to another embassy in another country, you got to first get the K-1 visa transferred from the old embassy to the new embassy. So no, you don't fill out another DS-160 to transfer a case to another country. You got to contact the National Visa Center. You can send DS-160 to every freaking embassy in the world if you want, but it's not going to help you. You got to first contact the National Visa Center. KA, listen to me. Send an inquiry to the National Visa Center and say you want to transfer your visa from this country to this country. Then you wait for that approval. Then if they approve it, then you wait for the embassy to receive your paperwork. And they'll probably send it in a diplomatic pouch. When you get the ready status from the new embassy, then you fill out the DS-160. Okay? But don't send a DS-160 to another embassy. They'll get it and go, what the heck is this? Where's the K1 visa application? And they'll throw it in the trash. They'll shred it. Rosenworth Morningstar, when should I expect to get my I-765 I sent with the I-485 yesterday? Give it about 2 to 3 months, probably 3 months. Rosenworth, in about 3 months, you'll get your work permit. David Petch, hi you all. It's been 11 days since my fiance made it from Hong Kong. Hong Kong Phooey. Do you remember that cartoon, Hong Kong Phooey? Back in the early 80s, late 70s? Hong Kong Phooey. I don't know if you probably don't remember that, right? She is adjusting very well in Louisiana. Has she met any alligators yet? David Petch, have you I took Corinne to where the alligators hang out. And she's looking for alligators. She got a picture by the sign. Danger, alligators. Maybe next time we'll bring some chicken with us and throw it in the lake. We applied for her Social Security card. It should be ready next week. She cannot wait to work. You cannot work on a Social Security card. Listen to me, David. She cannot go to work until she gets a work permit. You cannot work on a Social Security card. But it will take about 3 months to get the work permit, maybe just a bit less than that. Francois Livingston, I listened to you and I asked him to get the documents. There you go. Good job, Francois. He says the birth certificate is only good for 3 months. No, that's stupid. You got a birth certificate, it's good for your whole life. But the police reports are good for a year. Was it too early to ask for the birth certificate? No. The birth certificate doesn't expire. How in the hell can a birth certificate expire? My birth certificate's right here. It's good until I check out. Right? So don't worry about that, Francois. That's a stupid rule. Morocco, I don't know what, I mean, seriously? How can a birth certificate only be good for 3 months? That's insane. The birth certificate is good, Francois. 211 Scooter. Hello, Diego and Karina. I hope all is well. Always. I filed my I-130 spouse application for my Ethiopian wife. Good. I filed online in December. You can do that online. The website said processing time should be 4 months. Now it says 8. Disregard whatever it says on the computer because it's never right. Stick with the 4 months so keep your brain happy, okay? 211 Scooter, good job on doing that. Francois Livingston, congratulations, David Petch. More and more successful stories every day being reported on this channel. Francois, success stories always get reported on this channel. Sometimes we hear about a denial, a notice of intent to deny. And the person who got the notice of intent to deny used an immigration attorney who is incompetent and messed up all her paperwork. Let me see. Rosenworth Morningstar, thank you. Kai Fremang Manau, how long is it going to take the embassy to transfer a case from one country to another country for an interview? It could take 6 months. It could take 4 months. It depends on how busy the embassy is. What country are you trying to transfer it from, and what country are you trying to send it to? Kai Frimpong Manso, what country are you trying to transfer the K1 visa from? Which country to which country? Easy Breeze, thank you for all your videos. Wanted to know how to answer the question in interview. On date of wedding, when you can't set an appointment because you don't know how for sure when she shall arrive here. You cannot set a wedding date. You can't do that. You have wedding plans, but you don't have a wedding date. You can't set a wedding date. You don't know. You don't know when I didn't know when Karina was going to get here. But I had a stack of emails between myself and the wedding officiant over the last 12 months saying, hey, we want a wedding here. We want to get married on the beach here in Florida. We want to do this. We want to keep it casual. We want to bring these people. These are the invited guests, etc., 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 etc. Francois Livingston. Look at that. Super. That's the first one for June. That's a super sticker. Super sticker. from Francois. Look at that. Thanks. And you figured out that you went above $9.99, so you figured out the state of New York, right? They're trying to block you from helping Karina get her Hardy's Big Breakfast platter. Mountain Dew to salute for Francois for that super sticker. Look at that. He's waving. Just like going like this. Hey, Francois, thank you for the weekly live chats. We do these live chats as long as you guys need help. We're going to be here. If you tell me that you don't need the channel anymore, then what's the point, right? But you guys need us to be here. We're here. We're not going to go anywhere. So let me see. Easy breeze. You can't set a wedding date, okay? You don't know. You can make wedding plans. You can't set a date, but you can make plans. You're going to have a reception at this restaurant. On what day? You don't know. You're going to get married in this church. On what day? You don't know. You're going to get married in the courthouse. On what day? You don't know. You're going to get married on the beach like we did. What day? We didn't know, but that's where we were going to get married. That's the wedding plans we set, and that's what we gave to the embassy. Francois, okay, I don't know, Diego, that had me puzzled. Francois, that birth certificate does not expire in 3 freaking months. 211 Scooter, thank you. You're welcome, 211 Scooter. And Francois, that's the first super sticker for June. Today's June 1st, 2024. Where's the time going? You hanging in there, guys? Are you getting through this K1 visa process? Are you getting through it? Are you patient? Waiting. Are you patient? James Van Skoda. Is an I-130 needed for K2 if they came to America before they are 21? But they are 21 when we put in the adjustment status. You don't fill out an I-130 for a K2 or a K1 unless you're in a. Are you on a spousal visa? James, remind me. Are you on a spousal visa? Let me see. No, you're on a K1 visa. You don't fill out. What the heck? What are you doing filling out an I-130? For a K1 and a K2, for the K1 visa, you're in a K1 visa. You don't fill out an I-130. It's irrelevant. That's for a spousal visa. Okay? When you're married to a foreign national and you're trying to bring her to America, she's your wife or he's your husband, that's when you upload an I-130 online. You can do it online. But if you went into a K1, K2, when you file for a K1 visa, you fill out 485. You fill out the affidavit of support. You include a medical exam. And for the K2, you fill out 485. You fill out the affidavit of support. You include the medical exam and the vaccinations. 2 separate packages, okay? 2 separate checks. But you can mail them together, okay? You can mail the K1 and K2 visa applications together when you apply for the green card. You got to write 2 separate checks to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, okay? But you don't fill out an I-130. Who's telling you that? James, are you in Facebook too? Are you in that Facebook false information drama place? You don't fill out an I-130 for a K2 if they came to America before they are 21. No. But if they are 21 when we had the adjustment status, no, you don't fill out. No, you don't. You don't do that. If they're in America and they turn 21, right? You just file for the green card. Why would you fill out an I-130? Because they turned 21? So the status changed? Let me see here. Kie Frimpong Manso, case for Ghana, from Ghana to the United Kingdom. So you're trying to change the visa interview from Ghana to England. Why do you want to do that? Why are you have you relocated to the United Kingdom? Do you have an apartment in the United Kingdom? Do you live in the United Kingdom? Now, if you live in Venezuela, you can transfer your case to the embassy in Bogota because we don't have any embassy relationship with the communist dictatorship Maduro. We don't deal with dictators, okay? But you cannot shop around for a visa for an embassy if they're processing visas quicker. If you want to transfer your case from Ghana to the United Kingdom, you have to relocate to England. You have to live in England. become a resident, a legal resident of the United Kingdom. Francois, thank you for the weekly. Francois, thank you for that super sticker. Johnson M, good evening, everyone, and click like for Diego to support him. You don't have to do that, guy. Listen, we never ask you to like or subscribe to this channel, right? Don't you get sick and tired of people? You start a video, you start watching a video on YouTube, and you're like, wow, this is pretty good. And what's the first thing they freaking say? Don't forget to like and subscribe. As soon as a person says, don't forget to like and subscribe, I leave that channel. I don't go there. It's like a panhandler. Come on, panhandler, come on. Okay, this channel is for you. You either like it or you don't. If you want to subscribe, you can. If you don't have to. But we appreciate it, Johnson M, for the support. He gives us the free information and insight. It's all free. It's free. Francois Livingston, super stickers, I can do more than $9.99, but super chats, I can only do $9.99 at a time. Well, we appreciate the super sticker there, Francois. Thank you so much. James Van Skoda, K1. Okay, on a K1, you file for the green card. You don't include an I-130, but I'll research it for you because the child is turned 21. So let me research that for you. But I don't think it's a problem because when you come to if the child turned 21 in America, you just file for the green card the same way because they've already come through on a K1. They came in on a K1. They didn't come in on a spousal visa. They're here on a K1. So just file for the green card like you would normally with the paperwork. Watch my videos on how to do it. Is an I-134 needed for the adjustment of status? No. The I-134 is for the visa interview. It's a declaration of financial support. When you file for the green card, you got to fill out Form 864 right here. So the I-134, listen up, the I-134 is for the visa interview. It's a declaration of financial support, okay, signed by the sponsor, okay? Now, when you get to America, the I-134 becomes irrelevant. The K-1 visa goes away. You're on an I-94 Border Patrol entry, 90-day window of time to get married. So what you're going to do is you're going to file for the green card, and you're going to file for the green card with the 865, 20 pages, the 864, the affidavit of support, that's 10 pages, and the Form 693, which is like, what, 4 pages for the medical exam. And then you include a fantastic green card application. You put together a fantastic green card application with all the photos of your wedding and your honeymoon and your pictures when you started first dating each other. When Karina submitted her green card application, she had pictures from us together in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. She had 4 years worth of pictures. We had a marriage certificate. She's on the title to the car, the house. She's on the electric bill, the water bill, the gas bill, the internet, all these bills. Her name comes up, and she's on the bank. She's a bank account joint owner. And we print, when the bank statements came in, we printed them. When the trash bill came in, we printed it. It's my name and her name. All that went into the green card application. You don't just get to America, get married, and file for the green card. You won't be able to put together a green card package that's strong enough to support that. It takes at least 50 to 60 days to put a strong green card package together. Kie Frimpong Manso, if you want to transfer your case from Ghana to the United Kingdom, you have to relocate to the United Kingdom. Francois, super stickers. Thanks for the super sticker, Francois. Francois, time flies when you are watching Diego and Karina and Tokyo. Tokyo, he's here somewhere. Where's Tokyo? Donde Tokyo? Oh, he's it. Karina said he's in the window looking out at the yard, looking at the. Karina gets this bird food, throws it in the yard. All the birds come in the yard, and then Tokyo's in the window like this. He's looking at all the birds. Because remember, because Tokyo's from Colombia, he's a Colombian cat. Okay? Now, these birds in Florida, they're a little different. So he's like, what the heck? What the heck? James, is an I-134 needed for the adjustment of status? No, it's not. Form I-864 is mandatory. Form I-485 is mandatory. Your medical exam, Form 693 with the vaccination certification, is mandatory. The marriage certificate is mandatory. The I-94 printout from the Border Patrol is mandatory. A copy of your biographic page of your passport, sponsor and beneficiary, in color, mandatory. A copy of the K-1 visa, that parole that was stamped in the passport when you entered the United States, mandatory. The list is endless. The more stuff you put in your green card application, bank statements together, joint accounts, on the bills, joint accounts, all that, it all helps build your case. Let me see. How long will it take for you for the case to be transferred from Ghana to the United Kingdom? First, you got to transfer to the United Kingdom, KA. First, you got to be there. And then when you get to the United Kingdom, then you send an inquiry to the National Visa Center and say, hey, I'm in England right now. I live in England. I'm working here temporarily. I want to transfer my K-1 visa from Ghana to England. That's how you do it. David Petch. Okay, so just wait to file for the green card once we are married rather than file for it with a work permit. If you want it, David, if you want to spend $260 on a work permit, apply for the work permit. And then 2 months after you get the work permit, you're going to get the green card. So, what's the point in spending that money on the work permit? What's the point of that? Just apply for the green card. It's $1,440 for the green card and the biometrics. The price is included. When you file for the green card, you pay $1,440. That's for the green card and the biometrics. If you want the work permit, it's going to cost you a total of $1,700. Okay? Save your money. Just apply for the green card. Save your money. Let me see. Landry Fedari. I have not received my welcome letter from the MVC, but I have my case number and invoice number, and all I see when I log in is to go fill DS-160. So you must have got your K-1 FTP welcome letter if you have your case number and your invoice number. Landry Fedari. So what you need to do now with your case number and invoice number, as long as the embassy has got ready status for you, is the embassy ready for you? Has the embassy sent you an email telling them that you can start the process to schedule the visa interview? And what country are we talking about? David Patch, I got it. Thanks. There you go. Landry Fedari, what country are we talking about here? You got your case number, great, congratulations. You got your invoice number, congratulations. But has the embassy sent you ready status? Nigeria, no letter from the embassy. Okay, Nigeria. So you have no communication from Nigeria, nothing. I wish Denise Jefferson was on the stream right now, because she knows where you can join a group where you can help get people appointments in Nigeria. She had some good information about a WhatsApp group where folks were in K-1 visas trying to schedule visa interviews in Nigeria. I don't know. Denise, she's already applied for her husband's already applied for his green card, so she's already pretty much done with the process. They're just waiting on the green card. But she had some good information that she would put out. So it says right here, well, like when I log in, it says go fill the DS-160. Okay, well, it's good for a year, Landry. So go ahead and fill out the DS-160 and submit it, and print the confirmation page once it's been submitted. You got to have that confirmation page. James Van Scoda, can you move houses after you put in your adjustment status? You can, but I don't recommend it. Is it okay to put just a mailing address or update the address online when you move? Well, if you move in the middle of a green card application and you're waiting and waiting and waiting, it takes about 4 months to get a green card, 4 to 5 months. If you move during that time, where does your green card go? If you can update your address with USCIS, but what's the chances that they're going to mail your green card to the old address? there's a good chance that's happened to people. I know people on this channel, they moved, they get married, they file for their green card, then they move to another apartment. The green card went to the old apartment. I do not recommend you move when you have, once you file for your green card, wait for your green card. Wait till you get it before you decide to move, because you could lose your green card. It could get lost in the mail somewhere. Let me see. Don't move. Don't do it, James. Just wait for the green card, all right? Landry Ferrari, no problem. Blessed, how long does it take to get a green card after marriage in the USA for a K-1 visa? 4 to 5 months. 4 to 5 months. Now, you can go onto the USCIS website and have a heart attack. Oh, it takes 18 months, 20 months. Don't go in there. It's 4 to 5 months, okay? Karina, she probably get her green card probably the end of July. Okay, she already got a work permit, and it didn't cost her any money. The work permit was free because we filed for her green card on February 29th. The leap year, it's a leap year. This year, you got to wait 1 extra day for your K-1 visa because it's a leap year. But she got her green card application sent in on February 29th, and she got her work permit just a couple of days ago. And then we went down to the Social Security office with her work permit and her Social Security number and updated her status, where she changed her maiden name to her married name. So we should get that Social Security card in about a week to 10 days. And then when she gets her green card, we're going to go back down there again one more freaking time to update her status, okay, to green card holder. And that will take away all that writing on the Social Security number. Authorized to work only by Homeland Security, blah, blah, blah. When you get your green card, go back to the Social Security office, show them your green card and say, I want to get a new Social Security card. And they will send you a new Social Security card. And all that Homeland Security crap is going to be gone away from the Social Security number because you updated your status to married, legal, permanent residency. And don't forget, 3 months before your 2-year green card expires, you got to lift the conditions off of the 2-year green card and apply for the 10-year green card. If you do not lift the conditions off of your 2-year green card and apply for the 10-year green card, you will be deported. If you file to lift the conditions on your 2-year green card after 2 years and let's say 3 months, I'm 3 months late. Man, I messed up. I'm late. Man, I'm 3 months. And you file for the 10-year green card, you're not going to get it because you didn't do as they told you to do. Immigration said you got to file 3 months before your 2-year green card expires and lift the conditions off of your 2-year green card. 3 months before it expires, not 3 weeks after it expires, 3 months before it expires. Not 4 months before it expires, 3 months before it expires. Lavari Ferrari, where do I see the ready status? It will be in your online SEAC account. Do you have an Landry, do you have a online account, a USCIS online account? Anywhere. You can go on your phone and check it. Will I get a welcome letter from the embassy? Yes. It's an email. I only got my case number and invoice number when I send the email to Ask MVC. There you go. So you got your case number. You got your invoice number. Now what you're waiting for is for your ready status from the embassy in Nigeria, in Lagos. You're waiting for the ready status. What you should do is send an email to the embassy in Nigeria and check in with them. Say, hey, dear U.S. Embassy immigration folks, this is so-and-so, and I'm checking in. What's the step for me to get to schedule my K-1 visa interview? How do I pay my visa fee? Etc., etc. Ask them these questions. And then what you're waiting for now is for the embassy in Lagos, Nigeria to send you ready status. That's all you're waiting on. You can get transit. In transit, that means the National Visa Center has mailed your K-1 visa to the embassy in Nigeria. That's in transit status. You can check on your SEAC account, on your phone, on your online USCIS account. Just look in there. See what your status is. But don't be looking in there every day because you're going to get a headache. Okay? When Karina was waiting for her K1 visa to get approved, and it got approved on May 30th of 2023, I would check once a month online for the status of her K1 visa. I filed for Karina's K1 visa April, let me see here. It was April 12th of 2023. April 18th of 2023, I got the NOA1 letter. May 30th of 2023, I got the 2022, excuse me. April 18th, 2022, I got the NOA1 letter. May 30th of 2023, we got the NOA2 letter. So that was about 14 months. And then it took 3 months to get the MVC welcome letter. And then it took 3 months to get the visa interview. So the whole process from NOA1 to the visa interview was about 22 months for Karina in Bogota, Colombia. And in those 22 months, I lived with Karina for most of it. I was back and forth to America, but I lived with her most of that time, so we weren't separated. Landry Fedari, thank you so much. No problem. But good job on getting your invoice number and your case number, okay? What you need to do now is wait for the ready status from the embassy in Nigeria. But when you send the email to the embassy in Nigeria, put your NOA2 receipt number in the subject line of your email. That way, the person that gets your email can punch in your data information right away. And they're going to come up with two things. They're either going to say, we don't have a record of your K1 visa being at the embassy right now because it's probably in a plane flying there. Or they'll say, we've received your K1 visa application. Please be patient while we, get it ready for you, which could take another 2 or 3 weeks. So do you understand what I'm saying, Landry? You got the case number and the invoice number. That's a huge step up. You climbed the ladder. What you're waiting for, okay, you got it. Okay, well, I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew salute. Because it's a complicated process. It is, but it isn't. If you've never done this before, it's complicated. Okay, I've been, I can do this in my sleep. And I kind of get sad when I get a message from somebody that says, I just paid an immigration attorney $5,000 to process my K1 visa. Why'd you do that? How many pages are in the I-129F? How many pages? Do you know? When you want to file for the K1 visa, okay, you're going to file for a K1 visa. You submit this form right here. I-129F. Do you know how to read and write? If you know how to read and write, you can fill out this form. It's 13 freaking pages. It's only 13 pages. Why are you going to pay somebody $4,000 to $5,000 to fill out a 13-page document? Why are you going to do that? Why are you going to pay a company, a visa processing company, $1,000, $800, I don't know how much it is, to fill out a 13-page document? That takes what? I don't know, about an hour to fill out if you do it carefully. You don't need to pay these people all this money, guys. James Van Skoda, if I have a mailing address at my mother's house, can I put that down? I need to move homes due to family problems. James, what address is your green card coming to? What address? What address? No, don't tell me where you're living right now. Is that where your green card is going to, where you're living right now, and you have to leave from that place to go to someplace else so that there's a calm environment? Is that what you're telling me? What if the green card comes to that address? Is it going to get thrown away by somebody who's mad at you? Is somebody going to give you a bad headache and throw away that green card? And if it comes to that address, do you have to change that address? Do you absolutely have to change that address? Are you going to lose the green card if you got? I mean, it's okay to move, and you can leave the current address that you have where the green card's coming to, so you don't confuse immigration. If you trust that person at that address to receive your green card, then leave it alone. But when you start middling with immigration and changing addresses, we need to move due to 55 community. Okay, James, let me ask you this question. The address where you're at the 55 community, okay, let's suppose it's the Villages in Central Florida, as an example. Is the green card, James, going to be mailed to that address in that community? And if it is, do you trust the people who live at that address to receive your green card and then call you and say, hey, your green card's here? Can you answer that for me? If that's the case, you don't have to tell immigration nothing other than when you file for the green card. When you lift the conditions up to 2-year green card. Plus, you have to notify immigration that you've moved on Form AR11. Or you can do it online, but do it after you get the green card. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't want to fill out Form AR11 or go online and change your address. It is just to be forwarded. Do you trust it to be forwarded? Do you trust the United States Postal Service to forward your green card to that new address? I don't. The U.S. Postal Service is going to get a letter from USCIS, and it says if it cannot be delivered, it must be returned back to USCIS. So when immigration mail you the green card, there's a big blurb on the front that says must be delivered to this person at this address or something like that. If it cannot be forwarded. All right. So in your situation, you're going to have to contact USCIS, whether it's in Chicago or Phoenix or Elgin, Illinois, and you can do it online, and you can do it with an AR11. So when you move to the new place, make sure you fill out Form AR11, and also do it online. So you're hitting them from both directions in the snail mail plus the online. Change your address. And just hope for the best that your green card gets mailed to the new address. Because the post office won't forward a document from USCIS. They'll be treated as undeliverable. Okay? Because you're no longer there. And these federal agencies love working together. The federal government is like this giant freaking conglomeration of taxpayer gluttony. So if you move, don't trust your green card to get forwarded, but you need to notify the post office of your new address and ask the post office to forward all mail to you. Do you have to put the place of residence of applicant or just where you want to be sent to? Just where you want it sent. Just if you are changing the place where you want to receive the green card, you just put the new address on AR11, Form AR11. And also do it online too. April Flower, hi Diego. Some people have been more than 5 months in administrative processing. I don't know how long ours will take. April Flower, don't ever look at other people's K1 visa processing times. Yours is different. Everybody's is different. It took 14 months for Karina's K1 visa to get approved. Okay. Some people were getting them done in 12 months. It took us 14 months. I didn't worry about it because we qualified for the benefit. April Flower, you qualify for the benefit. Your beneficiary, okay, qualifies for the benefit. You just got to wait it out. It could take 5 months. Okay. Are you in Iraq right now? Didn't you fly to Iraq to be with him, to be with your beneficiary? Janiela James, hi Diego. Hope all is well with you and Karina. We are good. Janiela, how are you? I got my Bogota t-shirt on, but there's no hyphen over the A. There's no hyphen over the A. What's up with that? I got to get some white out. Like maybe I do this. I don't. Oh, sorry guys, I jolted the camera. I don't know if I have it. I don't know, but I was gonna get some white out and just white out and put a hyphen over here. It needs a little hyphen. Yeah, he's from Iraq, right? And he had an interview in Dubai, well, Abu Dhabi, right? I know what you meant. So is he still in Dubai? Is he waiting in Dubai for his green card or for his K1 visa to get adjudicated, or did he fly back to Iraq? They kept his passport, right? What happened? He went back to Iraq. Okay, so he had his interview in Dubai. He flew back to Baghdad, went back home, and now you're waiting for the embassy in Abu Dhabi to approve or not approve, whatever the case may be. And how long has it been? A couple of months? A couple of weeks? Janiella James, glad to know you're good. I'm good so far also. Well, that's good to hear. Karina's getting used to this warm Florida weather. She survived May. Now, May was pretty warm. Now it's June 1st, 2024, and Karina is trying to figure out what's going to happen in July, Julio, Agosto, and August. April flight, it's been about a week and a half. Okay, we'll give it another what? I would say 2 months max. He didn't ever serve in the Iraqi army, right? He never served with the Iraqi government. He never worked for any of the military organizations, the Republican Guard or anything like that. He was working as a civilian in Iraq. One thing that would maybe help him was if he helped American forces. Right, correct, he didn't. So he never served in the Iraqi government. He never served in the Iraqi military. He was a civilian doing it. He'd go to work, do his job, come home, and just live his life peacefully, right? So when immigration figure that out, which they will, they'll approve his K1 visa. But you got to wait for immigration to figure that out. When he filled out the 221G, did he have to put down the name of his mom and his dad, where his mom and dad live, his brothers and sisters, where they live? I think they live in Iraq too, right? So didn't he write that down on the 221G? Well, my mom and dad live here in Iraq. My brother lives here in Iraq. These are some of my friends in Iraq. He did all that, right? Now you just got to give, right, hey, I know what I'm doing, right? April flower, you're in the right place. I know what the heck I'm doing here. So he did all that. So now what you got to do is you got to wait for the FBI, the NSA, the CIA, and immigration to investigate those people. And it takes time. It costs a lot of money to do a 221G investigation. It's like getting a security clearance in the U.S. government. It's not easy. It takes time. It's processing. They got to fly somebody to Iraq and go talk to his family. They're going to have to check where he works. Has he had a job? They got to go check it out and see what he does for a living. They got to check and make sure and verify that he never served in the Iraqi military or in the Iraqi government. And when they've done all that, then they'll approve his visa. But what I would do is you got to keep contact with the embassy in Abu Dhabi. You got to maintain communication, okay? So once every 2 weeks, send an email to the embassy in Abu Dhabi and check in and say, hey, and in the subject line of the email, put the receipt number of your NOA 2 letter. Say, hey, I'm checking in. What's going on with my case? Thank you so much for all the hard work that you do and everything else. Be very respectful and ask him what's the status of my case. Do that twice a month and print those emails. That will keep your case open. If the embassy in Abu Dhabi do not hear from you and or your beneficiary, they'll close your case out as abandoned. So every 2 weeks, send an email to the embassy in Abu Dhabi, check in. Hey, what's going on? I'm checking in, and print those emails. You got it? That's evidence of communication with the embassy. What does that mean? They will not close out your case because of a timeout. They will keep your case wide open. Plus, you're going to get good news soon anyway. But you got to give these people time to do their job. FBI, they're going to contact the CIA. The Central Intelligence Agency will probably run his name through the NSA, the National Security Agency. They'll run his name through all these data bank. Because you got to understand, the U.S. government, okay, keeps a tab on everybody in this country, plus everybody around the world, pretty much. They do. I don't even think we have a Fourth Amendment left. But anyway, that's another story. SEAC website, last update was a few days ago. What does that mean? Well, it means that they updated your case a few days ago in the Consular Electronic Application Center. That's what SEAC stands for. The Consular Electronic Application Center is a website managed by the State Department that keeps track of K-1s, spousal visas, work visas, tourist visas, student visas. Every visa under the planet that's ever invented by the U.S. government is tracked by the State Department through SEAC. So you said the website update was a few days ago. What was the status on the SEAC website update? It just said update a few days ago. Well, what was the update? Was it approved? What did it say? But you got to keep in touch with the embassy in Abu Dhabi. Every 2 weeks, send them an email. It just said refused. Okay, well, at the moment, it's refused. It doesn't mean it's been denied. Right now, the status is refused, which means it's under investigation. So at the moment, it just said, let me change that wording for you to let's temporarily refuse. There you go. It's temporary. Temporary means it's under investigation. Has his K-1 visa been denied? No, it hasn't been denied. Is it going to get approved? Sure, I'm sure it will be. As long as he's never served in the Iraqi government or the Iraqi military, he's got no problem. Okay, guys, I've been talking for an hour. And Francois, thank you for that super sticker, Francois. Francois gets another Mountain Dew salute for that super sticker. So Karina gets to eat at Hardee's. Her big breakfast will continue with bacon and a small coffee. April Flower, thank you so much, Diego and Karina. April, you're going to get your K-1 visa. It's going to get approved. It's just temporarily on hold. Just got to hang in there, and soon he will be in America, and we welcome him here. We can't wait for him to get here and start his new life. And we will see you guys back here on Monday.